The great season, the great series you all know and love is finally back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Season 2 of the 2025 Virtual Formula 2 Championship. And we have got a brand new calendar with some new faces on the grid, with some familiar who are still on the Virtual 2 grid. And we are looking forward to these 13 rounds of thrilling action to come your way. And we start here in Shanghai, China for the first two races. Then we go to Suzuka in Japan next time out. And then we go to Miami in the beautiful, beautiful state of Florida in the USA for the third round. Then we go to Montreal in Canada for round 4. Then we go back to Austria, but going the reverse way. That's right, for the first time ever in Virtual Formula 2, we will have reverse racing. And we are looking forward to that. Then we go to reversed Silverstone after that. And then we go to normal Zandvoort for round 7. Then reverse Zandvoort for round 8. Then for round 9 we'll go to Singapore. Round 10, Austin, Texas. Round 11 we go to Mexico. Round 12 will be Sao Paulo in Brazil. And the final round will be held under the shining spotlights of Las Vegas. But before we get into our opening sprint race of the season, let's run you through the starting grid. We have some new drivers on the grid, and starting on pole on debut is the Frenchman Alessandro Giusti, who promotes to Virtual 2 from Formula 3. He starts on pole. Alongside him is Callum Voisin, who had a spectacular rookie season last season. Will he be a favourite for the championship this season? Who knows? We got another rookie on the grid, and it's the young McLaren junior Ugo Ugachukwu, who did well with who had a pretty tough season in F3 with Prema. He's with Rodin now in Virtual Formula 2. What can he do from there? He's taken over the reigning champions car, Alex Dunn, for this season. Kush Miney in the Alpine livery Dan's car is alongside him. Then it's Ratomo Miata, who starts 5th on the grid for ART. Alongside him is the 2025 Formula 3 champion from real life, Rafael Camara. What can he do in the Invicta? Roman Stanek starts in 7th in the other Invicta, and he's got Sebastian Montoya alongside him, starting 8th on the grid. Then comes another new face, Nicola Lacorte in the Alpine livery Prema, who's 9th on the grid, and he's got Kian Shields completing the top 10 for both races here in Shanghai. Completing the rest of the grid, we have another new face. We've got Christian Ho, the Singapore driver, making his debut in Virtual Formula 2. He'll be looking forward to racing in his home event later this year. Then we got another rookie, Tim Tramnitz, another rookie, Freddie Slater, and then we got John Bennett. Then it is Pepe Marti. No, it's not Pepe Marti. It's Nicola Stolov back in Formula 2, who takes over Pepe Marti's seat as Marti now moves over to Formula E. And alongside him will be Noah Stromstead in the Trident. Then it's Arvid Lindblad, who has been promoted to Formula 1 for next year in real life. We're hoping for some magic in Virtual F2 until he promotes to Formula 1. Then it's Max Esterson alongside him. Then it's Santiago Ramos, another debutant in the Vano Sport car. Alongside him will be another debutant, Bruno Del Pino, in the MP car. Then is Luke Browning, one of the favourites for the championship this season, starts 21st. And alongside him, starting last, is the man who got promoted from IndyCar after a superb campaign. It is young American superstar Colton Herta, the man who's promoted to be the reserve driver at Cadillac in Formula 1 team. He has now been promoted to Formula 2 and hoping that he'll get a seat in Formula 1 in the future. But now, ladies and gentlemen, that is your grid for our opening 2 races here in Shanghai, China. Let's get ready for the season to return. Time for Virtual F2 in Season 2. To the left of your screen, Callum Voisin. To the right, on debut is Alessandro Giusti, and we are go for Season 2 in 2025. Great launch up the line for Alessandro Giusti, who will lead into Turn 1. Ahead of Callum Voisin, Ugo Ugachukwu remains behind in 3rd place. Side by side in the background there were Miney and Miata for 4th place, but a great start for Giusti out in front in the Williams liveried ART car, but he can see Callum Voisin right on his tail and downhill towards turn 5 we go, and there's contact at the back. There's 3 cars off in the background there. We don't know who is involved. I think it's Luke Browning, and I believe it is Freddie Slater and Nicholas Solov who got involved in that incident. Hopefully we'll get a look at that in just a few moments, but GSD's got the start done nicely. He leads on the first lap of 23 here in Shanghai. On board then with Nicholas Solov in the Campos car, was round the outside of Slater and Browning, and then off all 3 of them went. Mate, what was that? Check the car, I don't know how damage, I think it's okay. Copy, we'll check. Now we're on board with Freddie Slater, and you can see Browning on his left hand side, and then he goes off along with Browning and Solov. Mate, I think I got damage, sorry. Okay, Freddie, box your snack, we'll check. Luke Browning saw a gap on the inside, and then he got hit from behind. I got hit. Okay, Luke, copy that. Can you keep going, mate? Can you keep going? Yeah, I think I can keep going. Oh, what was that, mate? Okay, Luke, just do the best you can to come back. Still a long race, anything can happen. On board with Callum Boyd, who's gaining on Alessandro GSD. GSD defends the inside. Boyson will go to the outside. They are going to go side by side, aren't they? Boyson's got a great exit under traction, and then side by side, coming into the last corner. Onto the inside goes Callum Boyson, and he's taken the lead. On lap 2 of 23, Callum Boyson steals the lead from Alessandro GSD. Fantastic stuff from the Brit of the road in. He leads on the second lap of the season here in Shanghai. We ride on board with the Japanese driver Rotano Miyata. He'll be excited to be racing in his home event. The next time out is Suzuka, but we're starting off the season here in Shanghai, and he'll want to start the season with a very strong start. You can see GSD trying to defend. Miyata though, going round the outside into turn 14, round the outside, but Rotano Miyata gets past Alessandro GSD, does he? Yes, he does. Lovely stuff, and he's not the only one. Miley's looking to get past Chukwu for 4th place. Can the American hold off the Indian driver? No, he can't. Miley moves up to 4th place, Chukwu down to 5th, as goes Miyata on GSD to take 2nd place. Very nice. On board with Kush Miney, who's looking to go round the outside of Alessandro GSD into turn 14. Can Miney get his damned car ahead of the ART? They're side by side coming into turn 14. This is just like what Boyson did against GSD for the lead earlier on. And now Miney does exactly the same thing a few laps later, and he gets past GSD to move up to 3rd. Lovely stuff for Kush Miney. Oh, that's late. On the inside goes Sebastian Montoya to get past Leonardo Fornaroli. No, sorry, Rafa Kamara. And Montoya has got the job done on the Brazilian rookie. Montoya gets his Prema car up into the points. Kamara, the F3 champion, moves down to 9th. Oh no! A problem for Christian Ho on his F2 debut. Sadly for the young Singapore driver, he is parking up, and that, I'm afraid, is Christian Ho out of his opening F2 race. What a shame. No, are you serious, mate? Oh my god, man. Okay, Christian, sorry, mate. That's the way it is. Oh, there's Luke Browning who sends it on John Bennett. He goes a bit off the track. Bennett gets a bit under shape. Browning is side by side with John Bennett for 11th place. They bang wheels on the inside. Luke Browning gets past John Bennett to move up into 11th. One more place to get into the top 10. He won't score points for that, since only the top 8 score points in the sprint race. But Browning would want to start the season off strong if he wants to be one of the favourites for the championship this season. On board with Browning on lap 22. Down the inside, he's going on Cody and Shields. That is so close between Browning and Shields. The 2 Brits are side by side as round the outside goes Luke Browning. He sweeps past Key and Shields to move up into the top 10 with 2 laps remaining. It's brave stuff from Luke Browning. He is hoping to catch Kamara ahead for 9th. The Chinese crowd are on their feet as they see the 2 drivers in front very close to each other, but it looks like Boyson has covered off Miyata just enough, and he's going to take the opening win of Season 2 in 2025. He started off the first season off to a very strong start, and he will take win number 1 to start the season in style. A lovely win for Callum Boyden, who wins the sprint race here in Shanghai. He holds off Ratomo Miata, who comes under finish in second place. What a great start to the season as well for Kush Miney. He finishes third for Dams, looking to see if he will be in the fight for the championship this season. Nicola Lacorte, great fourth place for him on his debut, ahead of Alessandro GSD. He thought he was going to fight for the win, but it's fifth for GSD. Stanek 6th, Montoya 7th, Uga Chukwu takes the final point, and then it's Kamara and Browning who complete the top 10. But it's the start of the season to remember for Voisin and for Rodin. They start this season like they did last season, with a victory in style. There you go, mate. Just like we ended last season, you start this season with a win. Good job. Yeah, boys. Woohoo! Oh, great job, guys. Great way to start the season. Let's keep it up. Great start. So here's the results for one last time before we say goodbye and move on to the feature race tomorrow. It is Callum Boyden, the opening winner of Season 2. He leads home Ratomo Miata by just under 0.3 of a second for the win. Miata is second. Kush Miney finishes third for Dams, ahead of Nicola Lacorte, fourth on his debut. Fantastic stuff from him, ahead of Alessandro GSD, Roman Stanek, Sebastian Montoya and Ugo Kachukwu, who complete the points in our opening race of the season. That means Voisin is leading the championship by just 2 points, but it's only the first race. We've still got a long way to go this season. ART off to a strong start, 1 point ahead of Rodin, with Kramer 5 points back, Dam 6 points back, and Invicta 9 points back. Those are the 5 teams that have scored points so far this season, but there'll be plenty more teams that might score points later on in this campaign. But that has been our opening race of the season wrapped up here in Shanghai. I hope you guys are looking forward to the feature race tomorrow, because we will. Join us tomorrow for the feature race here in Shanghai when Virtual Formula 2 returns.